Hey everybody, my name's Tom Kingston, class of 1989 graduate, and part of the Waverly Wolverine wrestling fraternity of the 80s. It's with a heavy heart that I'm putting together this video today in remembrance of Coach McClough. First of all, I'd love to give my condolences to Cindy and her family for the loss of such a great man and one that was very instrumental in my life as a child and a teenager, and one that molded me into the man that I am today, and a father and a part of society. I remember back at 8 years old, standing in my yard, and a boy walked by the name of Jim Cunningham, had a backpack over his shoulder, and I'd asked him, "Hey, where you going?" He said, "Going to wrestling practice." I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah, you want to come?" I said, "Well, let me go ask my mom." From that day forward, throughout my years of growing up, weekend after weekend, we spent traveling to tournament here, tournament there, kind of like we do today with my family with baseball. But it was memories that were made at that time that I'll never forget. The friends that I made, the places I got to see, the places we traveled to, and friends we made on the road. It'll always be something that I remember. As those young days, or those young ages, moved on to high school, and it took it to a whole nother level at that point. I remember going in as a teenager, about ready to hit high school, and we'd be going to wrestling matches and watching the guys of the early to mid 80s, the Bobby Simmons, the Myron Sitzmans, the Hornbergers, and Toot. And man, these guys were idols of ours as kids, and we couldn't wait to be in their shoes one day and to see everything that they did and watch it be orchestrated by Coach McClough, and look forward to that day when we'd have that opportunity. Man, these guys were our idols, and this guy was in control of it all. He was the chief and commander. And as we got there, and we aged on into high school and started our time as freshmen moving on through, is when it really came to light how instrumental that man was in so many people's lives. I remember times that we'd be maybe doing some things that we weren't supposed to do, and it got out and it got back to Coach, and we knew that come that Monday morning, if it was something we did that weekend or end of the prior week, that Monday morning, that it was going to be a conversation that would have you shaken. At least it did with me. I mean, I respected that man more than any other man I had in my life other than my dad through high school. The things he taught me: discipline, how to never give up, how to drive through adversity, how to actually physically make your body hit a second wind. It's unbelievable. To this day, and I'm 50 years old, to this day, I remember everything that went on with that man through high school, whether it be with wrestling, football, off the mat, in the classroom, in society, everything. Number one class act, and a man that I look forward to in my life to follow and have to this point. So I just want to say thank you to all the guys from the 80s, the ones that were part of that fraternity I was speaking of, and say that I hope a lot of the other guys feel the same way. I hope their successes in life, that they can contribute in one way, shape, or form to what Coach McClough did for us as teenagers, as men, and use that to be instrumental in the way we raise our kids. I know that's a main part of what I use in teaching, from wrestling that I taught for years to young kids, and then on into baseball, and the experiences I've had. I always reflect back to the things that were taught to me and try to, instill that in the youth over the last 10 or 15 years. But I did get one opportunity when we had the outdoor wrestling tournament years ago, and I got invited up to the football stadium to say thank you to Mr. McClough and to tell him how instrumental he was in my life. Man, when I did that, it choked me up just to stand there and be able to talk to him like that, and it chokes me now. And to be able to have that opportunity, thank God I had that opportunity to tell him that, because it was very important. I don't obviously live at home anymore. I went away at a young age, moved on, and didn't get to see him like a lot of guys did. But to have that opportunity was very important. So that makes me feel a little better that he at least knew that, and he got I got that chance to tell him how I felt. And it's just a sad day, to have to say goodbye to such a great man who's so instrumental in so many kids' lives. But I hope, based on this video, maybe it'll inspire maybe some more guys to get out, tell a little bit of their story, give a thank you to a man that was very instrumental to all of us. And always remember that laugh that he had outside of the wrestling room. I hear it now. It's something you never forget. Just a special guy, man. Just a very special guy. And I was blessed to be part of his life and to have him be included in a huge part of my life. But other than that, again, I want to wish the family the very best, to Cindy and the girls, and to everybody at home in that wrestling fraternity. I love y'all, and go Wolverines.